Pues sí.
Welcome to A Conversation, people. This is a podcast where we just have a conversation with great people, normal people, and real people. People that are going to be talking about the reality of things that we go through in life. Just real people, not someone who's just famous and saying shit, like someone who's actually been through it. So, parental discretion is advised. So, you can be as real as you want. This is our guest today, Don Miguel, and co-host
Don Miguel,
Don Miguel, como
yeah. I like the English version, but I prefer the Spanish version. Don Miguel. Thank you for having me here, and I really appreciate you having this set up so we can, at least talk to people and maybe they can connect with us.
Absolutely, man. There's only so much that each one of us can go through and see. So there's always a lot to say. And every person can actually express what they've been through. And we can all learn from everyone.
Absolutely.
Wisdom is not an age. It's actually like what you've been through and connected and the people that you've learned from and actually apply. Because I think a lot of people know what they have to do, but they just don't take action.
That's one thing. And, honestly, who speaks about things like that? Tony Robbins. I mean, he had many years of reading so many books and not applying it. He didn't know what to do and all this stuff. And he got tired. I guess when you get tired and you get frustrated, then beautiful things start to happen. But you got to make sure you pay attention.
Yeah. You got to also take action. I think, if you do not take action, nothing will happen. But it's also a balance between a multitude of things. It's also, I believe, discipline, consistency, and action.
Definitely. Sure.
And that mixture, discipline, consistency, and action together, if there's a balance between them, you can definitely achieve whatever you really put your mind to. And you and I can both relate to that, being Dominican American.
Well,
Dominican American, for those who don't know, Dominican Republic is the second largest country in the Caribbean. It's east of Cuba.
Right.
And it has the highest point in the Caribbean, actually. So the tallest mountain is it. It's left of Puerto Rico, and it's a beautiful country. It's an island. It was actually La Española, which we share the land with Haiti. Haiti is on the left side of our country.
Yo, you ever met Haitian people?
Yeah.
I love them. Haitian people gotta be.
They're awesome.
This passion that is like fire.
They have vision, and I think a lot of people don't have vision today. A lot of people see with our eyes. In Dominican, we have "tú ves con los ojos."
I think the Dominican people, I am Dominican. I think we are like a little bit. We have a lot of cultural shock, a lot of cultural diffusion involved, and that's a different conversation. I'm sorry about that.
Bro, that's the passion of our neighbors. We love our neighbors. So we love Puerto Rico, we love DR, we love Cuba, todo Latinoamérica, lo amamos todo.
For sure.
Definitivamente. Y vamos a explorar más de Latinoamérica.
Yes. But yo, honestly, going back to American Dominican, I don't know if you introduced yourself yet, as far as in your background, but if you don't mind, I'll start off with that forte. I'm actually Dominican. I'm first generation. My parents came in 1970s, and came with my two sisters from DR, and then I was born here with my younger brother. And yo, man, I'm telling you, my parents came here to give me a better life. But definitely for sure, my parents raised me like if I was in the campo, grabbing plantations and grabbing it and walking down the hills to get home with all the water and whatever they had to do. But, when I would see these, when I see the white people, going to school all happy, my mom would give me a pep talk, and, I probably got spanked like 2 or 3 times before I go to school. So I don't have this this face demeanor in me, like why I gotta be treated like this. And I would compare myself always consistently all the way through high school. Like, so when I'm in high school, at 11th grade, I was thinking about, I'm making money. So I dropped out and I had started making money. And, I've always been a hardworking kid and always had a level. So when I worked, if I'm leaving a job, I will set myself up to have a better job. And I always had that incline. So when I was about 26, I grabbed this job and I saw an opportunity. And when I got the opportunity from that job, I was a manager and I became a franchisee owner. So at age of 29, my story begins at 29, man. So,
It's amazing.
With getting my heart broken and becoming a player and then having a conscious mind of what I'm doing wrong and, constantly telling myself, this is nice having all these girls, but, you got to stop hurting feelings and stuff like that because it's going to come back to you. I believe in karma. And when at the age of 33, I met my woman and I knew how to hit the brakes. And I hit the brakes before, 32. But when I found my woman, I definitely knew that this was my time to start my family. And here I am since 2009. How many years is that? I have 13 years owning my franchise, and I already have my wife, fiance, but she's my wife, Dominican married, 3 kids, and I'm just going through the works and just trying to live that, that American dream that they're told us to live. But I'm realizing that no, it's custom. Everybody has their own journey, and I'm okay with renting, not having a house until I get it. So, I'm not going to get married until, if I'm going to get married, I either have my house. And if I'm going to have if I'm going to get married before a house, I'm going to have a low budget, I'm not going to do what people are supposed to do. I'm going to do what I can do, what we can do, what me and my woman can do. So, I still drive a 2015 Camry. Fully paid off. I'm happy I'm not making payments. I'm never going to go to a car dealership to freaking buy myself a car just so I could look like somebody that I'm not supposed to look like. You know what I mean? So
I think a lot of people live that way.
They do.
They don't realize that, oh no, it's only $400 a month, or oh no, it's only $600. I work hard. I deserve it. And consistently doing that, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And every time you shoot yourself in the foot, like, you can't walk. It cripples you and you can't walk further. And that comes a lot because I think it's also a cultural thing.
It is.
From us Dominicans, we have a lot of ambition. And
American or Dominican? Because there's two different types.
From our culture.
Our culture.
For sure. Like me too. I'm also Dominican American, for those that don't know. First generation. My parents are Dominican. I was born in Washington Heights. And then I grew up.
What? My wife was, Beyonce was born.
I also had the privilege of living in the Dominican Republic through 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. So aprendí mucho español para que ellos quieran hablar conmigo. Durante ese tiempo it was an amazing experience of being in a different culture, coming from America where I'm being raised, my ABCs, the national anthem and everything. I'm a proud American. But at the same time, I'm also a very, very proud Dominican. Soy bien orgulloso dominicano. Soy dominicano, americano. And in English, since todo al revés, American Dominican.
No, verdad.
But, I think a la misma vez, muchas personas vienen en este país. Entonces, a lot of people come here and, they start thinking a lot about what they want to be and where they want to go. And their parents are like, oh, you have to have a career. What are you going to go to school for? Yes, that's great if you're going to do something that's going to make you money. And coming from a different culture, I think that was something very good because I was always able to look at a different point of view. But what you said was very important. I think a lot of people are so set up through school that they think like, oh shit, like after you get out of school, like this is what you have to do. It's bam, 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 bam. But in reality, like it's great that you're doing something that is a job where you're exchanging your dollars for money.
Right.
Because in reality, that's what you're doing. And I'm so glad that you were able to overcome that and become your own business owner today. And you're a great business owner, not just because you're my friend.
I'm still growing. I'm not going to say that I'm great because I'm currently, battling things that weren't taught. And I was running my franchise as let's just say like a bodega, and
A
just
bodega is a Dominican deli.
Yeah.
Where you can get everything.
Cash basis, but I have a full, franchise, so with that being said, I have what, 13 years into it. And now
Here in New York too.
Here in New York.
Which is tough. It's competitive.
Yeah. So
and you've been able to shine.
Because
I looked at those Google reviews out there. I think yours are the best.
I got a couple,
you and I.
But when you're helping about, let's say, like about about 1,000 customers per week.
Wow.
And if you're thinking about,
wow,
you're gonna get like 40,000 customers walking in per year. You're gonna always have one or two special ones come in, and you handle those. Those are treats for me.
Some people never develop their prefrontal cortex. For those of you who don't know, your prefrontal cortex is developed up until like mid-20s to 30s. Don't quote me for this. I'm not a scientist. So a lot of us are still like, our brains aren't developed at 18, and at 18 you're told, oh, you're an adult.
Yeah.
You need to know what you got to do for the rest of your life. Like, how? I know my brain isn't even developed. I don't even know who I am. You think that's the reason why you think you're invincible,
bro.
And then after 25, you're like, holy shit, I could die.
Yeah. No, for sure. But what I was getting into when I was,
like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. I was going in. When you go in your store and you're helping these diehard customers that they think they know what they're talking about, but you know more because you're behind the counter, so you're offering a service that they need. You got to step back and let them breathe, and you never know what they're going through in their life.
Absolutely.
So I've been going through so many things of depression or whatever, and they take it out without them knowing on you, and I cater to those, but just to even go in a deeper spectrum, when you're in business, or if you're starting your business, when you're working in your business there's a book I read.
What's it called?
It's called.
We love books, by the way.
It's actually
Think and Grow.
Why do small businesses fail within the first 5 years? It's like the bartender becoming, a bar owner, and the barber getting his own shop, and the baker that's baking and then gets his bakery. You get the bakery and you start working on there, and then you become confined to your own business, and then you become the worker. You gotta step out. Because the easiest thing for us is to give service, but your job is to communicate that with your workers and let the workers handle that, and you step outside and look outside the box. That's how you go on. That's where I'm at right now, and I'm still learning, but stay tuned with more details on that. Stay tuned.
I appreciate you being honest and opening up. I think that's an issue that we all have. We all bottle everything and we don't talk about it. I think this is a good opportunity to also share that whatever other people are going through, we also go through it too.
For sure.
And, like living through those experiences have definitely made you a better person, a better man, and a better human being. But something I wanted to touch up on, you said that you didn't wake up until you were 29.
I didn't wake up until I was 29, correct. Actually, one thing I got to tell you, I always had a voice since I was young to preserve my inner self, and I love myself. Like, I knew that I had something in me ever since I was a little kid. Those voices came to me when I was 18. So I knew that when I was working through I was 29, that I was like, oh my God, Miguel, like, you are awesome. Just don't lose yourself. A lot of friends overdosing, a lot of friends, drinking and getting their life all wrecked up. And I was always, Miguel, you gotta like chill and don't get yourself to that point. Like, have fun, but chill. So yeah, when I was 29, I was already like conscious, and I was taking steps to make myself better. Not great, but just better. And sometimes your great for other people is sometimes your best is like iconic, but you're thinking like, all right, calm down. You're good.
That's true. That's very, very true.
That's what I was talking about when I had that voice when I was 29, man. I was just like, so when I got the store, I was just like, all right, the first 3 years I was just traveling to the DR, having a great time, not worried about no expenses, just like, yeah, great.
For those of you who don't know, Dominicans, at the moment that we have a lot of money, like a lot of people just start traveling.
Yeah, oh my God.
And I did that in the past, like when I was in my early 20s. Now I've always traveled conservatively, but like doing that, it cripples you because we love the fact that we have family here in the United States and then we have family in the Dominican Republic, and the flights are cheap sometimes.
Oh, what? $400
Dominican
round trip?
Republic is amazing, beautiful.
$450 de ir para atrás. Oye?
Round trip, $400. What? And you're in paradise, and you have family there. You're submerging in a culture. People will just use your credit card. And, in the past when I was in my early 20s, I would do that. And it very few times, I actually could have done it more than I did it. But thank God I'm more of a conservative person in that aspect. But, like, some people really drive themselves to the ground. They shoot themselves in the foot once again. Se pega un tiro en la pierna. And they're like, crippled now.
¿Qué pasó aquí? No.
So you gotta watch out. You always gotta be able to walk and run, because that's our nature as humanity. We're always in the ability to walk and run, and you can relate to that. You're somebody who's definitely like interacted with a lot of people, probably more people than I know,
because I have the platform.
Absolutely, in your business. So think about this quote: "No man is better than me, and I am no better than no man." Where there's that mutual respect. You got to give respect to get respect. And you got to respect to always be respected. I think a lot of people are losing that today. Could you elaborate a little bit on that? You that interact with so many people.
I really think that the most thing is that, when you dealt with personality, you got to always step back and think about from how they're thinking. Because if you want to think about how you think about somebody else, you start to evaluate differently, and you might get yourself into a problem. So, like I said, when somebody comes in to your life, you got to look at it from their perspective. You never know what they went through. They probably went through they probably went through war just to get to that point. And then they don't know how to free themselves from that prison, that mindset. So,
and we all been there too. It's not that 100%. Some people are there. I remember when my grandmother died, we bought the flights last minute. We showed up to Delta last minute, and the girl that's there, it was empty. She took her time. She treated us like fucking shit. Like she didn't know like shit, but she didn't know that my grandma just died, and she was being like, "Oh, you shouldn't show up late to a flight." And then that's when I told her, I was like, "Well, my grandma died," and I kind of flipped on her a little bit, and she backed off. And her manager came, attended us. We were able to go through. We were able to get on the flight. She didn't know that my grandma just died that morning, and I'm trying to get to DR as soon as possible. She's looking at me like I'm late, like it's my problem. She doesn't understand that something this morning just happened, that we just woke up. We're going to go to work. We're going to go do our regular things in life. And unfortunately, my grandma died, and she was over her 90s, so I was very grateful.
Rest in peace, and
may her rest in peace. But you never ever know what anybody's going through, and that's something that I've kept in my heart, like that experience, because that way I should never ever treat anybody any differently, and I've always treated others as I would like to be treated. I think that's very important.
Definitely,
and you're somebody who can vouch for that.
Absolutely. I definitely can. I'm definitely I got to thank somebody. I really can't mention, I have to mention my parents, my humble parents. My mom, if you get to meet my mom,
I can't wait to meet her.
I'm just like my mom. My dad is a very calm person. I'll get into.
That's why opposites attract.
I'll
right?
get into the nitty gritty of
In my
it,
relationship,
you know what I'm
my
saying?
girl's a calm one, and then I'm the crazy one,
Yeah.
or I'm the active one, or
Yeah.
super hyper.
Same here.
Even though she has her I think every human being has
Right.
a super hyper
At their given moment
where
when
they
it's,
feel comfortable.
Yes, to open.
That
Yeah.
human comes out.
Yes. No. When it comes out, that's when like maybe good problems start to happen. I mean, I remember one time I was with my fiance and we had such a great time. I know for sure that day is when I conceived my son.
It was a very romantic day.
It was.
Estábamos en Santo Domingo.
Algo así.
We were in the
¿Tú me
DR,
entiendes? Pero hablamos de eso más luego. Hablamos el martes. Yo, man. But anyways, you know what that means? That means that it's time for
Mama Juana.
Mama Juana time.
So, para eso que no saben, those that don't know, Mama Juana is a Dominican drink. It's natural roots and herbs that are put inside a bottle, and they're made to be mixed with alcohol.
Yeah.
And it has wine, alcohol, honey. So these herbs, once you let it sit, it ferments. And once it ferments, it's incredible. It tastes amazing. It's delicious, and you always put rum in this bottle.
Yes.
Rum, Dominicano, Brugal, si puede, the Brugal, which is a Dominican rum if you can. But you can also use other rums and put it in there, let it sit with honey, a little bit of wine, red wine specifically.
Red wine. There's different ways. There's definitely like.
I highly encourage we use that one.
You sure about that?
That one has.
Are you sure about that?
Something special. Look, it says it right there. Something special.
Oh, all right.
So
all right.
I'll let you do the honors.
All right.
This one says, "You look like you need another drink."
Oh my God. Well, just FYI, it's not my first one today.
This one says Miami. Even though I'm in New York, I love Miami. Shout out to Miami.
Oh, Miami. You can never go wrong with
There's
Miami.
a little piece of me that every time that I go there, stays there. It's incredible. It's beautiful.
Yo, thank you, brother, man.
Salud. Yo, you get to cheers on this one.
Well, I want to just say salute to life, to be happy, and, the rest will come following after that.
Amen.
Amen. Back to the drawing board, though.
Yes. Sir.
Actually, you know what? You're right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I prefer this one.
I got a little tip for those who are Dominican American, just like us. You need 2 Mama Juanas. I have like 5, but
he has 6. There's more in the back over here. If you don't, I'm not gonna put them on blast. But you want me to do it? I'll do it.
You know what's funny?
This guy has bro. What? Who's this?
That one's curious.
This one. We cannot taste it because somebody closer to you has to taste this one.
No, that one. You can taste it.
No.
That one has whiskey in it because the person who gave it to me mixed whiskey with it.
Oh,
so I need to cleanse it out and then put rum and recure it.
I heard that.
So it's a proper Mama Juana.
I heard that in Mama Juana's.
And Mama Juana no se le echa whiskey.
Yeah, I heard.
Do not put whiskey. That's a crime. You should go to jail.
Is it true that when you get when you first put the Mama Juana inside, you have to put the whiskey and then you gotta throw that away and then put the next round?
So the first time you get a Mama Juana, okay, 1-on-1, how to cure your Mama
Juana. I'm sorry.
First time you get your Mama Juana, you have to 100% fill it up with wine. Con vino.
That's what I heard.
And then you gotta let it ferment for about 30 days or 15 days. And then, by the way, for the record, and do not quote me on this, this is if you want JT's awesome Mama Juana, which everybody knows my Mama Juana is the shit. Okay, so it doesn't have shit in it, but it's the shit.
We all know what you're talking about.
So we gotta make sure that we fill it up with wine. Right. Let it sit for 15 to 30 days. Then we empty all that wine. That goes to the garbage. Why? Because there's a lot of herbs in here, and there's going to be stuff that's going to come out.
The wood chips.
You don't want to drink that stuff. You could drink it if you want. I drank it once. When I was younger, of course. I didn't have my...
I didn't want to throw it away. Hello.
Developed, and I decided to drink it. Not a good idea.
Right.
It tastes very bitter. it's not good.
It
But
does.
wine, throw it away.
Boom.
After 30 days. Then you're going to put in a little bit of wine. Then you're going to fill it up with rum, and you're going to put honey. And now you're going to let it sit for 3 months. That's the proper
3 months?
3 months.
You gotta be kidding.
Every week you grab it, you turn it around. And put some cinnamon sticks in there. That's a secret ingredient for those. Some people do like to put pasas, which are raisins. I don't like that because raisins can become moldy eventually, so I don't put raisins in these. But there's cinnamon.
Why is this one taste better than that?
So that one tastes better than this one. Why? Because I got this one first. So this one I cured properly, and then once I cured properly, I got that one as a gift from my beautiful fiance, Joki, which I love.
She's awesome.
She's amazing.
When you meet her.
Yeah, Joki is amazing. So she gifted this to me, so that was a huge gift. And then these are the outfits of Lo Difunto, which are the cadáveres of Brugales.
Okay.
Que son difuntos.
Bro.
The Brugales
that's why they're not even yellow anymore.
Brugales are rum, so they passed away because we emptied them.
No.
So they used to bring these little jackets.
Boom.
We hopped these jackets on this bottle, and it came out perfect. So going back to how it's cured, like once you have those 3 months, now your Mama Juana's ready. But then every time that you drink today, we've got to fill this up because you can never let those herbs dry up. Oh. Because if you let those herbs dry up, your Mama Juana can become bitter, and then you got to wait a little bit again. But the good thing is I barely drink. Right. So I'll drink once every, maybe a weekend when I get with my family, like a small drink. But I'll spend 2 or 3 weeks without drinking, so my Mama Juanas are always cured, ready to go. Shit. I should actually take advantage more often of that, but Mama Juana 101 on there. So back to being Dominican American. Yeah. Growing up as a Dominican American is a very interesting topic because you're American and you're proud American. Sure. But you're also Dominican because your parents are Dominican and you were raised Dominican. So there's also a lot of passion. I think a lot of people could relate to this. People who are from South America, Salvadorians, Italians, Irish, people that have customs from other countries, Europeans, Latino America, Puerto Rico, Cuba. Shout out to my Mexicans. I love their food. Yo,
they're really like coming trending right now with their music. Yeah. And stuff like that. Bonnie's recording.
Noel.
Yo, I'm like,
damn. Okay. And I was like, in the beat, something different. It brought me to introduction.
Some rancheros.
Yeah. For sure. But like coming up in this country as a Dominican American, I think a lot of people that have parents from another country can relate. Indians too. Middle East Asians can relate a lot. Parents that are from a totally different culture. It's so odd growing up here because you're trying to become an American while you still have instilled these other cultures. And there's things that you need to learn throughout the process that you're realizing along as you're growing. Because sometimes you're told things and then later on you realize that's not the right. Yeah. And I think I want you to elaborate on that because you being a Dominican American, first generation, your parents are Dominican, you were born here, raised here. How was your experience starting from when you were little, like going to school and understanding, like eventually at one point when you're a kid, you don't know what's what. Right. When you're a kid, you're just you. Like you don't understand the difference of cultures. And that was difficult for me because when you find out that you're different, not different in the sense that I'm different than you, I must be treated different. Right. No, it's just the fact that you're different and that's why some people will treat you different. Well, and because some people are ignorant. And
I got something to say about that.
So please.
I got something to say about that.
Please elaborate. Feel free to.
Oh man,
feel free to hug.
You know. Oh shit. One thing I'll tell you about my situation about being Dominican American is that my culture has been very, let's just say, they want to be. It's all about them. So, but I got caught up being American and Dominican because when you in the school system in the 80s, what they do is they put you in ESL.
ESL, which is English as a second language, right?
So, I'm not gonna be embarrassed to say what I gotta say because I know who I am, and I got thrown in the system because my mom worked in a factory. My dad worked in a restaurant.
How many hours? They worked a lot of hours.
They worked a whole bunch of hours, and then my mom was taking care of us. But
this is Dominican asado, by the way.
Damn, bro, I was looking at that shit. I was like, yeah, where you get that from? But hard work. Can you elaborate on that? But not right now. Let me finish what I was talking to you before. I will tell you that my parents let the system work and let me go down a river, camarón que se duerme se le lleva corriente. And that's what happened to me. I was put in ESL. My parents was deliberate. They were deliberate about what was going on, and
it wasn't their fault.
It wasn't their fault.
That's something that I think that a lot of people underestimate. Yeah. That people that are from another country, like, they're stupid. Right. You can't even imagine how many of these people are doctors, studied. My mom went to school. My dad went to school. They went to college and everything.
They did?
Yeah, and they don't know English barely. My dad speaks a cool English.
That's a whole different story.
My dad has cool English. His English is like, he knows how to speak it, but it sounds like he's like European or something.
Yo, bro.
It's really cool. And then my mom, she knows English, but then she's embarrassed to speak it because she thinks that maybe somebody might make fun of her.
Yeah, that's
it might not sound perfect.
Both of my parents are like
that. And I'm like, look, like, just express
what I want to talk about.
Please.
I'm sorry to cut you off. No. Because I'm going to stop talking about what I was talking about to touch your base, and I'm going to tell you something. The worst feeling of a Dominican is when you have your own career in your country, and you come to this country to continue to make more money, but you make more money being a nurse that's cleaning somebody's butt.
Or a janitor.
Or a janitor.
Or a garbage man.
Or a garbage man.
All these people make a lot of money.
Or washing dishes.
Yeah.
And you make more money than what you were doing when you were in DR.
Yes, sir.
So, but it's disrespect.
Degrading in a way. It's degrading.
It's disrespect.
It's like, imagine here in America, you became a doctor. And now you go to Europe and they're like, nah. You're from America. We don't accept your degree. I'm sorry. You can work in the market. Okay, so I'll wash dishes. And you make more money washing dishes than being a doctor in America. That's what's happening to a lot of people that are from other countries. Africa, Latin America, every continent, Asia, all throughout Middle East and Europe. Like, they come here and their degrees sometimes aren't valid. And they're not stupid people, and I think a lot of people treat them differently.
Yeah, bro.
I really do. I think a lot of people, because, you don't speak English? Bro, like, it's a language. You don't know. Once again, you never know what somebody's going through. Yeah. You that interact with so many people.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would like to just finish up. I was halfway on the spectrum of me going to school, and I was in ESL.
Yes, please.
I definitely, because it's passionate to me.
Please, I want you to speak about that.
It's very passionate.
I know about it.
I don't want to take it lightly, but I also want to let everybody know when I was born in 1982, and I was going to school, and I was placed in ESL in 4th grade or something like that, and I think it was full. So guess what? It was full. ESL classes were full, and they put me in special ed classes.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up. I got to meet nice teachers, by the way. And those teachers do come to my store to do business with me, and they're very happy for me. Now, in today's society, you have to be you have to be full mentally retarded to be in special ed. But before, they would throw people that, my version of that is if your last name is Hernandez, like me, or something Rodriguez, before it was like, oh, don't worry, put him in there. But, there's got to be something that's definitely like highlighted in this situation. But, nobody has ever came to me with the knowledge of more than what I have. So, I want to highlight those things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not my parents' fault, like you said. it was not their fault. They're just like working like, yo, I got you
They're
over
trying
here.
to do the best they can.
I got you over here, and you know what? You figure it out. Just like I figured it out, you figure it out. I'm sorry about that, but you know, they didn't even say the sorry. They just said, yo, get a job. Cause you know, I was definitely, what's that word when you want to do something you can't do it because your parents won't let you? I was deprived from playing sports because I needed cleats and all that stuff. My mom was like,
thank God, you probably would have killed somebody in football.
Well, unfortunately, I was born here and my date of birth is correct. Like most Dominicans that are fucking, they were like what, like 21, and it shows in their freaking thing that, oh, you're only 16? Oh, yeah, come play sports. And they blast it out. Yeah, no, that wasn't my
You also
problem.
could have become a multi-million-dollar football player.
Yeah, that too.
That's the other side of the coin that a lot of people don't think about.
You know? And,
bro, you probably could. Please give Miguel a shot and throw him on the field.
Yeah, you know? But my parents were just definitely more like, oh, you don't have money? Oh, well, guess what? Get a job so you could buy it because I don't have money for that. You know, so I'm like, all right, whatever.
And I grew up with that too. I remember my mom like telling me like, whatever I cook, that's what we got. And so many of my friends are so like picky, and their mom would cook whatever they wanted. Can you believe that? And I was like, wow, you're like a king. That's what I would look at. Because my mom would be like, oh, ¿tú no quieres eso? You don't want that? Come brisa.
No come nada.
And I'd be like, damn. And my mind as a child calculating it, how do I eat air? I didn't want to eat that. So then eventually, like, I had to realize that I had to like eat whatever she made.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been there,
and now, today and day, there's very few things that I don't eat. So, gracias.
Yeah.
Thank you to my mom for being that way. You know what I mean? But,
same here, brother, man.
You know, because that's the thing about Dominican parents, for those of you that don't know. They're very strict. They're very, but they're very fun.
Yeah.
Growing up in Dominican families is awesome, especially in America.
It is.
Every weekend, back in the day when I was growing up, there was like a party, or like every other weekend. And everybody's getting together. Or there's families that get along a lot like that. Especially my family from the Heights. Shout out to them.
Damn.
Every weekend they had something, or every other weekend, or at least once a month.
Really?
And when I was a kid, I had the privilege to go out with my father and my sister. We would have a blast, man. It was great. Like going out there, going to the Heights, connecting with everybody, and seeing everybody that I wouldn't have been able to see, like, in Dominican Republic most of the time. Yeah. And, you know, like, sometimes people don't understand that, you know, like, people that you do not know or you don't know what they're going through, they have so many people that love them.
For sure.
I think a lot of people feel lonely, and you need to understand, whoever is out there, like, speaking for everybody, like, you're never alone. Everybody that loves you and is close to you is connected to you. Definitely. Because we're all connected. We're all one. We're from this earth. So,
cheers to water. That aspect.
Cheers to water. 70% of it in the world and in our bodies. I slobbered a little there.
Yeah, it's all good, brother.
It's good. It's okay. My body's 70%. Being a parent,
you gotta make sure
that a lot of people have kids, and a lot of people are parents. And I'll quote Christian for that. One of my best friends. You know, Christian.
Caveman Chris. Yeah! I'm gonna put it out there.
One of the hardest working people we know.
I love him.
He has always said that since he was young. Some people are just have kids. Some people are just parents.
Right.
You know, like that kind of thing. Right. You know, I truly believe you're a parent. You've been a perfect example for when my triplets come. So.
Orderly inseminated, I'm assuming. Bueno, you know, para pincha, para chung. Let me hold on a second.
A few moments later.
Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
You honestly, bro, like between you and I think you must be one of the fucking coolest dads ever.
I'll tell you one thing, what I do for my kids. Not every night, but at least 1 time or 2 times a week.
Feel free.
I read them a nighttime story.
That's awesome.
And we have like a whole bunch of books in the house. but I will take the words and I'll like, like if say, you know, in the story it says Dave just went inside and grabbed the spatula. I'll say, oh my God, Dave, grab the spatula, run! And they'll be like, whoa! And my wife would come.
Mad dramatic.
She's like, you're waking them up. You gotta put them to sleep. What are you doing? So I'm like, I'm reading the book, man. Reading the book, bro.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, man.
You make it more dramatic, more passionate, more in the moment. That's important for kids, just for them to be able to develop like the true reality of themselves. They need to be feeling comfortable.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Yo,
You
salud, dinero y amor.
Salud, dinero y amor.
Pero lo más importante, salud.
Salud.
Y familia. Cheers.
Cheers.
They're the little palm trees. I love palm trees. Maybe that's why I love Miami so much. I love New York. Shout out to New York. New York made me. I grew up here. But I want to see something different.
Yeah. You can get some.
You know what it is? I think when you're in New York, you know that New York is like the Empire State. What does New York's like flag say? Excelsior.
You know what? I hope you really. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, bro, wherever you go, bro, I'm gonna follow your ass.
Thank you.
No. I'm gonna follow you. Maybe I'm not gonna move where you move, but I will definitely like make my effort to always be there for you. Like when you like, if it's a phone call or visiting you, I promise that like, you know, like we're making that like right now. What I'm doing, I'm forming is basically the same thing as a pinky swear. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be there.
My brother, we're always gonna be there for each other, no matter where we're at. But you know, like I love New York. Ideally, I'd love to have somewhere here in New York and Miami so I could flip flop. And shout out to Cali. I want to go out there. So
oh my God, you just threw a seat over there.
Give me some insights.
Oh,
I've been dying to go out there.
Yeah.
I haven't been out there, so maybe they need a little sprinkle of Dominican American out there, like Salt Bay.
Maybe they already got it already. They need a little extra.
They need a little extra. Of course, they got it out there. I know there's some Dominicans out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
My nephew, he's like 27. Shout out to my two nephews out in Fishkill, New York, Brian and Chris. They selling it really good over there, man. They're selling it. I am so like this much. It's not that I have the power to do it because, you know, you need to be financially ready. My financially ready is like, you know, being debt free and, you know, moving forward in life and you know what I'm saying? But if I had a choice, my thing is having 2 houses.
Yeah, me too. That's why I said New York and Florida.
Yeah, having 2
New York and Florida. Miami specifically. Well, it doesn't have to be Miami.
How hungry we have to be to do that?
South Florida.
How hungry?
Oh, no, that's coming.
It is possible.
Absolutely. You know it's possible. It's either going to happen or we're going to die. Like, that's it. But
honestly, we have to be ready to die.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that's born will die. Ever since you're born, you're dying.
Yes. Sir.
And that's something people forget.
But the best thing about it is when you're born perfect.
That's true. Did you know that if you live to 100 years old, you live approximately like 38,000 days or something like that?
Really?
Don't quote me for that, by the way, for those who are so analytically perfect.
Oh, man.
If somebody told you as a child, hey, you have 38,000 days, and you already spent like a shitload of them growing, you better get to it. If someone said that to you when you were a kid,
imagine.
Wouldn't you have taken more action in life? Think about that. And you would have looked at life more valuable because it's temporary. It's not permanent.
But you know,
everything that
I think that the parents now can say that to their young kids now. I think before you would live and you would just take the day and just like marinate in it and be like, you know what? You have more time to just like relax and live your life. Now it's like, I'm sorry, I gotta quote this because you did have a conversation with somebody special on the phone before, and you said to me something that was like, whoa. You said something to that person. I'm not gonna say specifics because it's not fair. But you did say to this person on the phone, living a New York life is like you have to be in the meaty greedy. It's like everything now. And then if you versus the people live in the South, they're like, yeah, you get to the restaurant and you're like, yes, you're gonna wait 2 hours.
That's
to
funny.
get served.
It's funny.
I was on you like when you said that. I was like,
everybody's on a different clock. Like for those who don't know, you know, in America, like we live in New York, so we're so used to like go. Like
we're in the
literally,
time zone.
We're in a different time zone. Like New Yorkers is like, I need this, I need it now.
Now,
like,
and if you don't get it within
tomorrow,
seconds,
no, I need it now. Like talk to whoever you got back there. I need it right now. That's
because you're paying for it. And if you're paying with your money, what's going on? I'll go somewhere else. There's too many. It's so saturated, the market, that you got 5 people that do the same thing.
Exactly.
And then everybody got to go.
Somehow everybody makes money. Like there'll be a gas station in front of another gas station. And I'm like, how the fuck that business survive? And it's because they're for years, bro. Like in Brentwood, where I grew up. Shout out to Brentwood, Bayshore. I grew up in Bayshore, but I went to Brentwood, so but. Not nice.
That's because you are who you are now today, and then it makes you who you fucking are. Fuck that. Sorry for my French, but I gotta be more. This is a New Yorker thing. Sorry.
Now we're here. Parental discretion is advised.
That's what you said in the beginning.
You can be real. I want everybody to feel real and comfortable, and everybody to be able to speak their truth. You know, but at the same time, what we were saying is that like life is very simple. I think that we tend to complicate a lot of things because of the way we think. And a lot of us think that we're going to live forever. And you're not going to live forever, unfortunately. Sure. Everything that's born will die. And the universe was born. It will die. The sun, I don't know. I can't answer that question. But the sun was born.
Damn.
The sun will die. We're children of this sun. And, we're made from stardust, as they say. We're connected to each other biologically. We're connected to the earth chemically. And we're connected to the rest of the universe atomically. Wow. Like, that shit is powerful. And, hello, like, we're more than we see. And I'll quote Sadhguru on this. I am more than I appear to be. All the world's strength and power rests. Because we're all made
I knew that was coming.
We're all made from this earth, and that quote is powerful.
That was coming. I knew that was coming, bro.
See, bro, from DR to the United States.
No, wait a minute. From the less fortunate people that got thrown in a car going somewhere. I'm not going to mention where. We're thrown because we weren't cool.
Yeah.
To becoming good friends.
For not being cool.
Not being cool.
Being real.
Being real.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother, man. Brother. That is some real shit. You could end this shit right now. I gotta go.
Well, wait. You gotta at least sit down, just talk a little more. This is really good.
I know! Jesus, you're gonna freaking keep me here, and guess what? I love it. But I gotta go! I love it, though. I love it.
One of the things about being an adult, those responsibilities.
Fucking shit! Fuck you! Fuck! I got the Reds. Oh, shit. Nah, but being a Dominican American is what it feels right now. You could switch whenever you want. You could go this way, that way.
It's pretty cool, right?
And
you have like 2 personalities.
You got 2 personalities. You could just like.
A psychologist would be like, "Hey, this person has multiple personalities."
Yeah, right. Y estás pensando, idiota, coño, ¿qué es la vaina tuya? Estúpido, coño. Vete a la mierda.
But in reality. But in reality, they don't have no idea that you're just this human being that speaks 2 languages. Because some people live in planet America. They don't live in planet Earth. And by planet America, they think like, like the movies is just like the world is water. And it's just like America. Yes. I don't even know how to come back.
I'm fighting right now. I'm fighting for many things right now, but I gotta go. I gotta go. Fucking A.
Bro, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you
it was a
for
pleasure
being the
being
co-host here
It was very
and
pleasure
a
being
conversation. So thank you, man.
Wait,
Means a lot.
a conversation. That means that there's only one way to say that. See your way out.
Yeah.
Yo, can I read this? Somebody's fortune cookie.
Please, can you read it right now, please?
Be happy with the person you are. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Mic drop.
Ooh. It's a great way to end it. It's been a pleasure.
I gotta go.
It shall be continued.
We can leave.